Jai Hind students, hope you all are doing fine. We will be starting a new chapter in geography, that is agriculture. So behind this chapter is that we will understand what are the different types of farming, what are the crops that grow in India, what are the activities which are connected with it. So let us sorry, when the chapter starts, there is a story of Gurpreet, Madhu, and Tina who were walking through the village and where they saw a farmer tilling the land. The farmer told them that he had added manure to the wheat to make the soil more fertile. He also told the children that the wheat would fetch a good price in the market, from where it would be taken to the factories to make biscuit or bread from the flour. The transformation from a plant to a finished product involves three types of activities. Now let us understand what are the three types of activities. They are primary, secondary and tertiary. The first activity means it includes all the things like extraction and production of the natural resources. For example, agriculture, fishing, gathering are examples of primary activities. Now what is secondary activities are those activities which are connected with the processing of these resources, like manufacturing of the steel, baking of a bread, or weaving of a cloth are examples of secondary activity. Tertiary activity, it means these activities they provide support to the primary and the secondary activity. For example, transport, trade, insurance, advertising, and so on. So, tertiary activity provides support to the primary and the secondary activity. So, this was about the activities. Next, what is agriculture? We know that India is an agricultural country, and most important activity here is agriculture, and it includes growing of crops, fruits, vegetable, flowers, and rearing of livestock. In the world, 50% of persons are engaged in this agricultural activity, and two-thirds of India's population is still dependent on agriculture. Did you know is also there? The word agriculture derived from the Latin word ager or agri, meaning soil and culture. So this is the map which is given in your book. Arable land means those lands which are where crops can be grown or where plowing can be done. Now, what are the factors influencing agriculture? We already have done this. The topography, soil, and the climate. And then why are different crops grown in different seasons? Different crops as they require different types of soil and different types of climatic conditions. So these requirements cannot be met at one single place for all the types of crops. For example, cotton grows best in black soil, whereas alluvial soil is good for rice. Then different regions have black and alluvial soil. Some crops like tea and jute, they require a lot of rainfall. Cotton requires light rainfall. So these climatic conditions are not possible in one single area. So different crops grow in different regions. Agriculture is a main and the primary activity in India. More than 75% of India's population is living in villages, and two-thirds of India's population is still dependent on it. It provides raw materials and it is the mainstay of the Indian economy. Agriculture, along with forest and fisheries, they form 45% of our total national income. Our industrial structure is being built on the broad foundation of this Indian agriculture, and it is also a great earner of the foreign exchange. This is there in the book. Viticulture means cultivation of grapes. Horticulture means growing vegetables. Sericulture we already know, rearing of silkworms, and agriculture is the science and the art of cultivation on the soil, raising crops and rearing livestock. The next topic which is there in the book is the farm system. Now, what is the farm system? Agriculture or farming can be looked at as a system. The important inputs are seeds, fertilizers, machinery, and labor. Some of the operations involved are plowing, sowing, irrigation, weeding, etc. The outputs from the system includes crops, wool, dairy and poultry. So the input is seed, fertilizers, and then we do plowing, sowing, harvesting, and the output is crops, wool, and so on. Next one is types of farming. Now, farming is practiced in various ways across the world. Depending upon the geographical conditions, demand of produce, labor, and level of technology, farming can be classified into two main types. They are subsistence farming and commercial farming. Now, let us study in detail what are the two types of farming. Subsistence farming means this type of farming is practiced to meet the needs of the farmer's family. Traditionally, low level of technology and household labor are used to produce because of the small output. And subsistence farming can be further classified into intensive subsistence and primitive subsistence. So these are the two types. Understand that subsistence farming means those farming which is done to meet the needs of the farmer's family. What is intensive? In intensive subsistence agriculture, the farmer cultivates a small plot of land using simple tools and more labor. Climate with large number of days with sunshine and fertile soils permit the growth of more than one crop annually on the same plot. Rice is the main crop which is grown, and other crops may include wheat, maize, pulses. Intensive subsistence also agriculture is prevalent in the thickly populated areas of the monsoon regions of South, Southeast and East Asia. Now, what is primitive subsistence? Primitive subsistence agriculture includes shifting cultivation and nomadic herding. So, this is all in this module. We will be discussing about it in the live class.